Hey, what's going on here? Looks like that wiring's a bit damaged. Hey everybody, Anthony, 4x4 Diesel. We're doing a bit of an inspection on this vehicle. We've got it over from Tassie, and while he's here, he's taking the opportunity to get it sort of checked out. So we're going to spend a little bit of time on it and fix up a few things as we go. I've noticed a few things already. So right now, I'm about to do some repairs on this wiring loom here. Won't take too long.
What's going on with this thing here sitting up like that?
That's because people don't know how they work. So let's quickly go through that again. They're locked in when they're sitting flush like that, right? And when you want to release them, you press the middle in and then they'll come out. So what we need to do now is for these ones, because people have been pressing buttons, this is an aftermarket one that's different. It's one of the ones you put the screwdriver in and lever it out. These, you don't do that. So we've got to take them out. They're released now. We've got to pop the centers out so we can put them in and just press them till they're flush like these ones here. So we'll do that next. And if they're hard to release, you can try a bit of CRC on the back of them and just pull up the longer leg of the four and help it pop back out. They can be very difficult. So I'm not going to put it back in, just gently go, just till it flush. All right, you try that one. Let's see what happens. Sometimes you've got to wiggle the trim around to get it to line up.
Trying to get it in.
Shouldn't have to force it. Just make sure you get those four legs in the hole. See, mate, you know, we've got to watch those videos, people. There it is, that nice and flush. That is. Now, you just get your rag and you go like that, and it's like factory. And don't let anyone pop your bonnet and push buttons. If you take it for a service and it comes back to you and they're pushed down, you can then educate them on how stuff works, because they don't know. I suppose I should mention again, though, you don't need these. When the bonnet's closed, that seal there, that presses on this line here and locks it all in. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to blow away. It's just for good looks. And if you don't have the clips in there, you've saved yourself $3 each. You save yourself money every time you work on the car, because people don't have to muck around and get these clips in and out. It's easier to lift off for inspection and cleaning, which is important. Now, it's not a big deal. This is 2010, yeah? Yeah. It's done 260K, but that coolant hose, someone's had it off when they did the water pump sometime. They haven't quite pushed it up all the way. See those little marks there? They normally butt up hard against the plastic, right? So just take a bit of care and make sure they're up all the way and just put it back exactly how it was. Looks like they've also put an aftermarket belt on. It's all slippery and slick, so that won't last as long as the factory one. So it'll need to be replaced again at some stage. They've put a catch can on. Yeah, I know. He's obviously not seen that many videos yet, but I reckon he'll be onto it after this. See the quality of stuff that, you know, this is one of those quality ones. Does someone want to have a look in there? Because, you know, always in the comments, oh, I get the quality. I don't know, is that the quality or not? Is that meant to be the quality? I don't know, is that the quality? Anyway, that's what's in there. Is that the quality right there? How long's this been on here for?
3 months.
3 months. So there's your quality, people. Doesn't that wiring look better now, just not gaping open? This one got a bit chewed on and someone's put some split tubing, so that'll do for now. We're not here to fix everything, we're just doing an inspection, but some important things we're going to have a crack at. The other thing I noticed, the injectors have been done by someone somewhere recently, nobody that we know, and you know the bolt down the back there, the black one with the big washer, it's meant to be another one here, and because they used the wrong one, they've put the little silver one with no washer, and it's pulled the metal trim out of the cover over the cover. So like I always say, careful who you let work on your vehicle. Small things, this is what we can see, but what's in there that we can't see is the concern. This fuel filter, pretty solid. This one, not so solid. I don't know, how does that go on corrugations, people? Just let me know. It's making it a little bit hard to get to the oil filter now as well. And looking down there, I also notice the manifold's been off, and you can see right in the middle of the picture, right down, I can't point to it, but it's about right about there. Okay, the little filter on top of that. I wouldn't worry about it, but it's not ideal they've broken it off, but I wouldn't spend the $200 or $300 to replace that VSV based on that thing's broken off the top. Just kind of don't worry about it, but beware of it. They may or may not have broken. It could have been broken by someone doing a service earlier on, whatever the case may be. Just having a look around. Up the top, everything else looks all right. Doesn't look like they've replaced the map filter. It looks original to me, but I could be wrong. And there's no EGR restriction or anything like that at this stage, so it might be, you know, yeah, I don't know what you do. You still probably, if you don't do your EGR, you probably got to replace this about every 2 or 3 years, I'd say, just because they get blocked up. And as demonstrated in other videos, check the playlist, EGR information playlist, demonstrating how they don't clean out that well, like a lot of filters, right? They need to be replaced. Let's get the car up on the let's have a look underneath, see what we can see. Oh, underneath looks like a little bit of bash and crash, bit of sand there. Good to see it's being used. Could probably do with some K-on underbody protection. Hey, guess what, everybody? I think they're just about to release, if they haven't already, the Strenex, yes, for the Prados, which is good. Just gonna have a bit of a look underneath this. Might start at the back. It looks like it's done a lot of driving, it looks like it's done a lot of kilometres, and see the rock stuff spray on there, so it sort of takes the paint off. So a lot of big rocks, gravel roads, big rocks have flung up from there, by the looks of it. That's what I'd say. We'll have a look around here. Rear wheel bearing looks all right for now. But see that bit of dampness there? Gets me a bit suspect on, maybe it could be going to leak soon, you never know. Rear pads at least about 50%, so that's good. Same over this side, looks all right. Looks pretty new suspension. Terrain tame actually looks all right. These some progressive springs or something by the looks of it. See, they're tighter at the bottom than they are out here, so looks all right. Terrain tamer. Let's have a bit of a look-see. Okay, looks all right. No oil leaks back here. Just looking, trying to see if we can see anything. That's exhaust is good. No oil leaks. Transfer case looks good. Bit of lube in the driveline, usual. Have a feel around of everything. Don't forget that fuel filter every 20,000 Ks. We'll have a bit of a feel around, but can't see anything. 260K, 14 years old. It's had a clutch recently as well, of course. Normally average is about 230K. You need a clutch on one of these Prados or Hiluxes. Depends how it's been used, of course. Turbo, bone dry, beautiful. Front brakes look like they get a bit lower actually. Front brakes have probably only got 20%, 20 to 30. Be probably okay till the next service type situation, but it's not like heaps of meat there. It'd be time to get onto lsiauto.com.au and get those discounted genuine pads and rotors. Genuine pads and LSI, the horsepower rotors are the go. There's a discount code 4B4-2024. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Drive shafts look good. We'll have a feel of all the drive shafts and everything as well, but wouldn't expect any surprises there. All the boots look all right. So the general look over, a bit of a sweat on the rack maybe. The general look over is pretty standard and pretty boring, so I haven't found anything yet, so I'll check it out a bit more thoroughly and show you if we find anything. Didn't find too much, but we did work out whoever installed this suspension, they're not really too crash hot, because when nuts are just finger tight isn't really the best. And I found that by, I was going around manhandling everything, giving everything a good bang around. So we'll hit that with the gun once it's on the ground. The story is this one could be seized. So the usual procedures, bash plates off, spray it, soak it, loosen it up, mark it before you move any of the, because this is to adjust your wheel alignment. So these pins in here, they get seized. We talked about it in other videos. If you missed that one, you might want to subscribe, turn the bell on so you don't miss this one and the next one and the one before and after that. So I've been asked, if this was my car, what would I do? So I'm going to quickly go through front to rear, everything I'd do. If this was my car, so I just purchased it, just acquired it, wanted to make sure it was reliable for a trip. I'd tighten every nut and bolt on the bull bar and these underbody plates, every single one of them. I'd replace this underbody protection with the K-on Strenex when it came out. I'd go over and tighten any nut and bolt that someone might have worked on, so every nut and bolt to do with the suspension. I'd replace the front wheel bearings because it's done 260K, and my recommendation is 200,000 Ks. Drive shafts I wouldn't touch. Drive shafts are still looking good. What else would I do? Obviously regular oil and fill. I'd do a transmission flow. I know it's a manual. I don't know when that's been changed, so I'd change the transmission oil. I'd change the transfer case oil. I'd lube the drive line. I'd change the front brake pads and put some LSI rotors. I'd use genuine pads and LSI rotors. I like these tyres, they're good, but unless they last longer than the ones I'm buying, I'd never buy them again until they make a promise. They're a guarantee they're going to last 100,000 Ks like they used to, because they're lasting half as long. I'm not happy with that at all, and the price is too high, so I wouldn't go for the tyres. Suspension looks all right. I wouldn't change that. I'd go, all right, let's give this a run if you're happy with the ride and whatever. What would I do? Be given all this sort of rock spray, whatever under here, I would probably get the can of fiddly bits out from Bunnings and give it a good clean degreaser, and I'd spray, just casually spray, Might even clean the back of the diff up a little bit and a bit of a spray here or there without getting too much overspray. So a bit of that sort of rust prevention. Exhaust looks good, just general cleaning. I'd change that fuel filter up there because I don't know when it's been changed. I'd take this bash plate off and I'd go, am I going to continue to do this? If I'm not, I'd get another one from the wreckers and replace it with a stock standard one, or knock all these dents out, give it a coat of paint and put it back on. If I was going to continue doing this, I'd put the K-On underbody protection on the fuel tank. Probably put some paint on this tail shaft as well. What's going on there? Interesting. Something's got caught up around there at some stage, a stick or something like that. Somebody probably found it and pulled it out, or it fell out. Yep, exhaust is good, chassis is good. You can get these little K-On things that go here as well. So I'd probably even straighten these out. And there's these little blocks you can buy. You take the bolts out and it goes in. That way it protects your heads of your bolts for when you need to get them out one day. And then the sides of these, I've shown them in other videos. So I'd put those on. Depending what off-road you're doing, I probably wouldn't worry about the transfer case actuator guard because it is well above, you know what I mean? It's out at harm's way, but if you're gonna go do the rough stuff, K-On underbody protection, but I probably wouldn't worry about that. Same as you don't need the transmission guard or anything for this because nothing should be going up there unless you're a really bad driver, but each to their own. What would I do? These bushes, I'd free those up. I'd get a wheel on it. I wouldn't change it yet because they don't look too bad. Let's have a look at them so you can see. Can't even get it in there to see. But look, they're only about 20% split, and the front ones, they look really good as well, so no point changing the arms. Why do they look so good? I don't know. They're pretty good, actually. See the split just starting on the inside there, but not much. So those bushes are good, so just saved a couple of grand there, plus installation, and that's what I would do. Just giving it a bounce before I tighten up that bottom shocker. Yeah, you can't see when I let it go, but bonnet's coming down too, so it needs bonnet struts. It needs glue on that trim on the front of the bonnet. I'll tell you when I let it go. Let it go. They're too bouncy. We'll put that bonnet back up again, it keeps coming down. And we'll go compare to the car next door with some Dominsons and see what it looks like. Dominson's mono tubes. I'll try and bounce it. Let it go. See the difference? Anyway, each to their own, whatever you want. I love the Dominsons. So for anyone that wants to know vehicle inspections, yeah, it's something that I can do for you. I've seen a few of these, so I can probably pick out what needs to be done and why. We can do some really quick 10-minute free inspections. I can have a quick inspection for half an hour for $100, or you know, an hour or hour and a half, whatever. Yeah, about an hour and a half we spend here now. It's anything from $250 to $330, depending on a few things. So if you don't mind me asking, how's it worked out for you? Are you happy with the $250 you've spent?
Yeah, good answer. I've learned a lot and picked up some things that I was sort of semi-concerned about, but also some other things that I didn't know about.
And can you tell everyone, did I prepare you for the answer to that question, or did I just set you up?
You just set me up.
Thanks for the answer. All right, everybody, like I said, subscribe, turn the bell on so you know what products are good, what aren't, what you need, what you don't, and you can look after your vehicle. I've had a lot of companies, including big diesel specialist companies, phoning me up quite regularly lately. They've got jobs for me and everybody else. And the problem is you can't get anyone, and you can't get anyone any good. Everyone's struggling, all these businesses, to get any sort of quality. So that confirms what I've already said. You've got to be careful where you take your vehicle because there's not many good people out there to do it. So you're going to need to get your hands on the vehicle, watch all the videos and start doing a lot of stuff yourself, unless you can find someone you think you can trust. But there's a good chance one day it might just let you down. Are you feeling a little bit let down by a few companies at the moment?
Yeah.
Because you've seen what's happened. So sorry everyone, it's just what it is, and it's why I do what I do. Catch you in the next video. See ya.